everyone, welcome back to Streed's Guide to Fraggle Rock, and today I'm going to be reviewing Season 3, Episode 16, Play Until It Hurts. This episode starts out quite depressingly, with Sprocket returning home after having an accident. Doc tries to comfort him and plans to chip the ice off the steps. However, when he sees Miss Ardath, he makes the same mistake and falls.
Be careful, there's an icy patch there.
Meanwhile on the Rock, Red is elated at the news of Rock Hockey Hannah's arrival to watch her play. However, she wishes to keep her arrival a secret, since she hates parades. I can relate. Suddenly, Moki arrives, and Red nearly spills the good news until she's reminded that she's late for rock hockey practice. She finally shows up, and whilst getting ready, fantasizes about being a champion of sports, in the form of a mystical inspirational song, of course.
Sometimes there's a part of me that wells up in the heart of me and wants to fly. Fly up high! When I feel the feeling start, I let it take me from the heart, and by, I can fly! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! I can chase the wind. I can chase the wind. I can race the rain. I can race the rain. I can trace the track the flash of lightning makes and make it flash again. I can taste the sun. I can taste the sun. I can taste the sky. I can taste the sky. I can taste the world that races by me as my feet begin to fly. I can taste the wind.
Red falls into this wooden thing, and Gobo suggests she rest a while to heal up. Red, however, is completely unwilling to even entertain the suggestion, questioning how they can practice without a player, giving Gobo the idea to enlist Moki, to which she accepts. Sometime later, Red's laying in bed disgruntled and sends Boober off to get some lemon rind tea. She gets up to observe Moki's playing and is enraged to see Moki performing poorly. She attempts to leave, but Boober returns, bringing a postcard from Uncle Matt. Wow, what a dick move, man. You're well aware how much Red dislikes Matt's cards, yet you're deliberately tormenting her when she's already in pain. Matt finds himself in an eerie museum and discovers a mummy, believing it's a silly creature that injured himself playing rock hockey. Red is driven to the brink of insanity and attempts to escape, which only serves to exacerbate things.
No, you've got to get back and rest. Now, come on.
No, I have to play rock hockey! Hi guys, I'm here to play rock hockey.
Back in the workshop, things are looking dim, with Doc now injured sharing his pain with Sprocket. And I've always found this particular scene so damn heartbreaking.
Yeah, doctor says it'll be like this for a week. Well, it's almost dinner time, and I can't reach the dog food. And you can't eat it anyway.
Everything from the music to Doc's resigned tone and Sprocket's quiet whimpers is enough to make me tear up. Sometime later, Boober's still delighting in the torment of Red and even accuses her of jumping out the window when he's quite literally the one responsible for thwacking her in the first place. I don't at all blame Red for being so pissed. I've never realized it before, but Boober's writing in this episode is so inconsistent with his character, which is strange considering this episode was written by the co-creator and one of the most prolific writers of the show, Jerry Jewell. This is approaching Red Sea Monster levels of character writing. Well, maybe that's going a little far. I know Boober's not without flaw, he's sometimes selfish and a busybody, but he'd never willfully blame his own mistake on someone else, let alone torment an injured patient. Red sets up a dummy so she can sneak out and practice, which should have been very visible to Boober earlier since it was implied he's been there all day. And when Boober returns, he's panic-stricken, believing Red's gone into a coma, until Moki returns with Red and Boober completely loses his shit, crying about his medical expertise being trifled with.
I have been bamboozled. My medical expertise has been trifled with.
Boober, why don't you take a little walk?
Do not tell me what to do. I think I'll take a walk.
Oh, shut the fuck up, man. It's not that serious. Not nearly as serious as you tormenting Red with a postcard, thwacking her out the fucking window, and then proceeding to blame her for exacerbating her injuries. You have absolutely no leg to stand on. Soon after they leave, Red's feeling dejected, singing a mournful song about her loneliness.
Lonely, lonely as can be. No one knows and no one wonders what becomes of me. No one understands the way it feels to feel like me. Sick of only me, lonely as can be. Show me why I can't be free. Show me something better than just lying here with me. No one understands the way it feels to feel like me. Sick of only me, lonely as can be. Thinking about the loneliness of me.
She quickly falls asleep and has a surreal nightmare manifesting her fears and insecurities. It's quite an atmospheric sequence, and I dearly wish Fraggle Rock would have had more dream sequences in general.
I'm not a quitter!
You play till it hurts. And when it hurts real bad, you're gonna play real good.
When it hurts real bad, you gotta play real good. When it hurts real bad, you gotta play real good. When it hurts real bad, you gotta play real good. When it hurts real bad, you gotta play real good. When it hurts real bad.
I'll play tomorrow. I don't care how much it hurts.
We cut to the next day, and we're introduced to Feeny Fraggle. Oddly enough, he has a vaguely Russian accent in his first appearance. I don't know why. Red arrives, barely able to walk, begging Gobo to play, but Gobo rightfully tells her to go home and rest. Sometime later, Red's limping off somewhere and runs into Feeny in uniform, giving her the brilliant idea to trade places with him, and Feeny, not displaying anything remote to intelligence, is easily fooled by Red into collecting pillow wax. Whatever that is. Sometime later, Rock Hockey Hannah arrives looking for Red, and Gobo tells her that she's unwell. The game begins, and the teams introduce themselves. It's a blink and you'll miss it detail, but Lou Fraggle makes another appearance here, which infuriates me even more that they never did anything with her character after We Love You Wembley. Hannah decides to keep the score, and I'll be skimming through the game sequence as to avoid tedious over-explanation. Due to her injuries, Red's playing is heavily impeded, and Gobo's Gorg Busters fall behind. So just when the roustabouts are close to victory and the pain becomes too torturous, Red explodes in a rage and finally quits.
No matter how much you want me to be great, I can't be because I hurt all over my body and I want to stop. I don't care what you think. I'm quitting.
Well, good for you.
Huh? You don't mind that I'm a quitter? I mean, when you hurt real bad, you gotta play real good, right?
Hey, Red. You look too smart for this. I mean, this here's just a game, right? No, when you hurt real bad, you gotta quit real fast.
This is such a cathartic scene for me. It heavily reminds me of when I quit my own torturous job that rotted me from the inside out. Here's a crumb of advice to everyone. Never work at a donation center.
See all of this? You see all of this I have to deal with? This is why I quit.
Back in the workshop, Doc's determined to head back to work, injury or no injury.
Next week, when I'm healed. Like the old saying, Sprocket, discretion is the better part of valor. Oh, call it quits, Sprocket. You can't suck dog food through a straw. I'll make soup.
For a while now, I've never known how to rate this episode. I've always thought it was somewhere around decent, but not quite sure. After my latest watch, I'm pretty confident in my summation that this is a rather standard episode. Nothing masterful, nothing egregious, just standard. I do take slight issue with its predictability though. As soon as you see that Red's determined to win no matter the pain, you pretty much know how this episode's gonna play out. Interesting fact, according to Karen Prell's Muppet Central interview, she's the one who came up with the concept for this episode. Initially, it was going to be a Wembley-centric entry, until however Whitmire broke his hand and had to dub in his lines. Prell actually did this as a favor to Whitmire since he covered for her in Red's club, and it's so heartwarming to know that the working environment behind the show was so friendly and supportive. As for the songs, they're great as usual. Chase the Wind has to be my favorite. It's one of those songs I listen to during brief periods in which I don't feel crushing apathy towards everything. Seriously though, it's so inspiring and uplifting. You could put it over anything and it would still be effective.
I can chase the wind, I can race the rain, I can trace the track a flash of lightning makes and make it flash again.
Lonely as Can Be is a more dour song I feel very personally connected to. I don't care to mention this that often because of the immense stigma surrounding it, but I have autism. My existence is an inherently lonely one. Very few think within the same wavelength or understand me. It's a major reason why I relate to this song so deeply. As for the Doc subplot, I mean, what the hell do I say? This is just depressing. Although, unlike previous episodes, there is a point to it. Both Doc and Sprocket overexerted themselves to the point of injury, and now they're facing the sad consequences. But that doesn't make it any easier to see Doc barely able to move and Sprocket barely able to eat. I'm just glad Doc made the right decision by staying home and making soup for Sprocket in the end. Rock Hockey Hannah was also a nice addition to the episode. I really liked how her character didn't blame Red for quitting when she was built up as this legendary figure. I admired her humbleness. While I'm on pretty good terms with this episode, I find Boober detestable here. And I find it even more detestable that his wretched behavior is never addressed. Maybe they were trying to make Boober seem comically incompetent, but its execution makes him look borderline sociopathic, which is an anathema to his entire character. Overall, this was a pretty standard sports episode with a tight moral, fine execution, and occasionally spotty writing. While it nowhere near reaches the same heights as Wembley in the Great Race, it's still an above-average entry I'd switch on in the middle of the winter season to kill time. I'm gonna give this one a relatively decent doozer stick. Well guys, that was the review, and I will see you all next time.